Guys, enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is Double Live Free Sports Picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Play. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, with us we got Brian Bitler with us, Rod Zawacky ready to roll here, James Clark signing a little later this evening, Jovan Burts and David Racey, and here's how they'll line up for this evening. We got Bitler, Racey, Burts, Clark, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right, on the board here tonight we have a few NBA college hoops, getting closer and closer here to the conference tournaments here, so we're not too far away here from postseason college basketball as we are going to wind up February here this week, and now ready to roll here with March coming up soon. But we got a lot to go on today, so let's get this show underway. Let's go to welcome in, as we do every week, to start off on Monday. To start off the week is Brian Bitler. You'll catch him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Brian has been destroying the bookmakers right now in college hoops. He's been on absolute fire. We'll bring him in right now, ready to roll here with some coverage here from the NBA on this NBA card tonight. This 4-game card here, so we'll get him here in just a second here. We'll bring Brian as we get another week of the drive-through started. Here we go, Brian. Brian, what's happening?
I'll tell you what, Tony, don't jinx me. Don't say anything. But I'll tell you what, the Golden State Warriors kept me from having a perfect 5-0 day yesterday. And that was one of the first. I don't watch a lot of NBA. I watch a lot of college basketball. But just watching the Golden State Warriors, they're going to have some problems. It's just, they don't have that go-to score. I mean, Curry's good, but Denver's just, multiple players can just, hit bucket after bucket. They're definitely going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
Yeah, lots of continuity. The issue there with the Warriors, just not enough depth there. And hey, your Temple Owls got it done, needed overtime.
Oh yeah, Temple Owls cashing. You know what? I didn't touch that game, but I told you I had liked Temple, but I was a wuss and stayed away from them.
That's all right. We'll see here for next weeks how they do here. But tonight we go to the NBA tonight as the Nets will be on the road here to face the Grizzlies here. We've got this Nets team favored total 214.5.
Yeah, what a terrible card we have here on Monday. Maybe one of the worst Monday cards we've had this year. But I think the Brooklyn Nets are going to be worth a play on Monday. Line opened up at about a point -1.5. We've seen it go up and down all day. Grizzlies do come in with one extra rest day. But really, both these teams are pretty much healthy. Ben Simmons a game-time decision, but you can pretty much figure him out of the lineup because it doesn't really make much of a difference. Nets have dropped 4 straight games coming into this one. I think they're a little bit desperate to break out of that funk. Nets have been bad on the road this season, but Memphis just 7-21 straight up this year at home. Memphis has been a cover machine lately, covering 4 straight games. The Brooklyn Nets just won 6-1 last 8 against the number. You know me, I like to jump in on a team when they're streaking this bad. I just feel like they're due for a nice turnaround here. Look for the Grizzlies to struggle to score in this one. I think the Nets get a rare road win and cover the number.
All right, Brian says he likes the Nets in this spot here and taking laying the points here. Laying the 1.5. The 2 is the sharpest book in the world. We'll take a look at the market right now to see what's up. There are plenty of 1.5s out there, so do your line shopping. Obviously, get the best number if you can in this game. Yeah, the Nets really, they had really struggles. As we said on the Saturday show, we thought the Nets were going to have trouble scoring against Minnesota. Minnesota just shelled them. They couldn't really get much going here, just 86 points. Interesting to note here, this Grizzlies team, a little bit more on the defensive-minded side. They're missing a lot of players. People joke when you face the Grizzlies, they are the G League team of the NBA right now. Although they do get some contributions off the bench. I noticed this G.G. Jackson has been getting some points for them off the bench.
They're going to need that if they're going to be able to knock off Brooklyn. Not that the Nets are a juggernaut, but Memphis ranked 30th in the league in points per game. Their strong suit is their defensive rating. But I think with the Nets here, losers of 4 straight, they're going to be pushing a little extra hard. I don't think the Nets are playing for any lottery position here. So for me, I just think in this spot, I think the Nets will get a rare win. They're not going to have a lot of chances to win coming up. So I think the Nets get it done tonight.
All right. Brian here on the Nets getting the job done here on the road here. You can find the 1.5. I would suggest you guys go out there and do the line shopping, get the best number here against the Memphis Grizzlies. And this one tonight will have a start time here, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight. We have the full NBA, but lots of college hoops in action. As we said, Brian has been absolutely on fire right now in college hoops. You can see the numbers up there. Posting right now 3,680 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Brian, we've got a few on the lots of college hoops tonight, some on the ice. What do you have going over at the site?
I'll tell you what, yesterday, perfect 3-0 in college basketball, and I got a titanium in college hoops tonight. My titanium plays 61, 28, and 1, 69% over the last 90 titaniums. You can get that over at pickdogs.com, just $25. It's a later game, so you got plenty of time to get in on it. Also have an NHL premium pick, 7-1 last 8 on the ice, where you can get all 3 of my best bet premiums in my Making Money 3-pack at pickdogs.com. Just $50 gets you 2 college basketball and 1 NHL play.
That's right, guys. You got to go with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results from Brian here. 3,680 units of profit, all talking over at Pick Dogs Premium. Showing great profit for the year 2024, 2,581 units of 81 units of profit for 2024. Document for all sports combined. Last 3 days have been on tear. Last 7 days, Brian has been on an absolute tear right now. Also showing profit here in the NBA as well as the NHL. So all 3 sports in action. Brian is firing right now and winning big. So no better time to get on board. You guys love that 7-day pass here on the Monday. Get all of Brian's premium plays for 7 days. All his NBA, college hoops, NHL there for 7 days. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off, as Brian has been on an absolute tear. Look at these numbers. You can verify them over at Pick Dogs. All right, Brian, it's always great having your show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you again on Friday as you bookend here on the drive-thru Monday, Fridays. But let everybody know about video series. We got you here over on Pick Dogs here with the as you like to use that contrarian sharp play angle.
Yeah, make sure you guys check out every day my contrarian sharp betting predictions on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. I'm going to post a video every day, and hopefully I'll catch both weekend spots, hang out with all my friends over at pickdogs.com. Definitely a ton of hot cappers right now. It's tough for me just to get on the daily leaderboard. I know on Saturday I was 4-1 and I didn't even make the top 5. So definitely have a lot of great cappers over there. The competition is fierce. So everybody want to going over and check out all the cappers at pickdogs.com for sure.
That's right. Go check out the Pick Dogs cappers, guys. They are cranking. There are multi-capper promotions up there. So if you want to add more cappers to that to your shopping cart, you can do that as well. We'll let you know that Temple is back in action, Brian, on Wednesday. You have a good read on them right now. Looks like they're going to be on the road against Rice. Rice right now is showing to be about a 5-point favorite in that one.
Just off the cuff, I would go with the Rice Owls. The Temple get a rare win. Maybe they're satisfied now, fat and happy after that one win. And, Rice, I think Rice takes care of business. But that's just off the cuff. I think the Rice Owls can handle Temple Owls.
There you go. Here, got
Battle
Brian.
of the Owls on Wednesday.
Battle of the Owls there, Temple Owls and the Rice Owls to see how it rolls there on action Wednesday. When Temple's back in action, of course, on Friday, we always quiz them on the game on. I'm going to sneeze here. I'm going to put Brian on the screen.
No sneezing allowed.
No sneezing allowed, but thank goodness I have the controls. Thank goodness I have the controls. All right, Brian, have yourself a great evening. Continue that great work, and we'll catch up with you again on Friday. And your video series.
Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you on Friday, and hopefully I'm still streaking. We'll see what happens. I'll tell you what.
You got it. Brian Bitler here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the show. Up next, head up to the Detroit area and bring in our man David Racey. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll get David ready to roll here. We got some more NBA. Of course, we know who's in action tonight. Pistons and Knicks are going head-to-head. We'll get a pick here from David Racey here on that game. We'll bring him in right now. So a lot of these Knicks, these Pistons can be a little pesky out there. We'll bring him right now. David, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. I'm enjoying. The Pistons might not be very good this year, but the Red Wings have been a treat, and they just keep getting better. So it's great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt about that. They're doing great work there. These Red Wings really playing great hockey tonight. And we'll see about the future of these Pistons. They're going to be in action tonight against the Knicks. They're home here. The Knicks 11.5-point favorites now, total 223.
Yeah, Pistons come into this one, really struggling on the season. 8 wins. Had much higher hopes. At least I did. And a lot of the people in the Detroit area had higher hopes for this season. Cunningham was going to be healthy, seeing how he played with Ivy, and it just didn't pan out. Like I said, 8 wins, 48 losses. but they've been slightly more competitive recently, and they are 14-14 against the spread at on the road. And I think they keep this one within the number here. They're getting a ton of points. The Pistons are relatively healthy. They are without Sasser, but other than that, they're relatively healthy. And like I said, they've played slightly better over their last 7 games. In those 7 games, they have wins over the Kings and the Trailblazers. They pushed the Clippers to the brink. They almost beat the Magic. And the Knicks are dealing with injuries. New York has had a great season so far. When healthy, they're very good. I'm excited to see what they can do in the playoffs if they can get healthy. And they're 19-9 straight up at home. But like I said, the injuries are a huge concern. They've lost 5 of their last 6, just 3-7 against the spread here in their last 10 games. They're not a great offensive team. They play great defense, but they're not a great offensive team. And I think Detroit can keep this one close. And kind of an odd little trend, the Pistons have covered the spread in 7 of their last 8 night games against Eastern Conference opponents. So they've been able to cover in this spot, and I think they can keep this one close.
All right, David here on the Pistons here, plus 11.5 is the sharpest book in the world. There are mostly 11s right now up there in the marketplace when we look right now. There's been a little late money there on the Knicks here, but the 11 is kind of where the play is right now. Yeah, the Knicks has just been, with these injuries, what has gone really south with them has been their defense. They failed to cover 7 of 8, -6 net rating there. But when you look over their past 5 games, when you look at the Knicks, they are last, and I mean last, dead last. Can you believe it's on a team like the Knicks that's basically a defensive-minded coach? They are last in defensive efficiency over the past 5 games, giving up 122 points per 100 possessions and allowing 54% shooting.
Yeah, that's a problem. And you look at their season numbers. I know that's just a little snapshot. Season numbers, they're great, but yeah, recently they've struggled, and I think that opens the door up a little bit here for the Pistons, who, like I said, they're not great. I think we all know the Pistons are not great, but they have the ability to play teams tough. We've seen them play teams tough throughout the year and then fall apart either in the 3rd or 4th quarter. And I just think the Knicks, struggling as they are, I think they're going to have trouble pulling away in this one. And I might be crazy. I know some of my buddies were calling me crazy today, but I think Pistons money line could be in play. Not that I'm taking it, but I think there's a shot. With the Knicks struggling like they are, like you just mentioned, defensively, anything could happen, especially with the Pistons, who can be streaky. You get Cunningham hot or Ivy hot. They can be streaky and can make a run.
Yeah, you give them a little bit of a chance. The confidence goes up, and they play hard here at the 4th. And the Knicks, of course, can be on their heels as they're playing poor defensively. A team that's given up 54% shooting and favored by 11 and favored at -612. When you get plus 480 the other way on the money line, it's not a bad move there, especially with a team in this type of defensive form. This is kind of what you want to do. Is you're looking at money line underdogs, look for the teams that just can't defend season-wide or in this short period of time. That's the Knicks. Bad defense here, which could really even it up here. So we look at the Pistons plus 11 here against the Knicks tonight at 7:30 Eastern time. All right, David, let's take a look over at pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, we do have on the board tonight NHL as we got a 4-game card from the NHL for NBA. Lots of college hoops as well on the board. David having a great season in the NHL. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it's been a solid NHL season for me. It's been a little bit streaky recently. I seem to string together a few winning days, then a few losing days on the ice, but still have had a solid season tonight. Only 4 games in the NHL total, but I have 3 plays on the ice tonight and 2 college hoops plays as well. So head on over to Pick Dogs Premium. I have a few different packages, NHL 3-pack or a 5-pack with all 5 of my plays tonight. So head on over there, check it out, and let's have a good night.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with David Racey over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great NHL numbers, as you can see right here. We got action right now in NHL. No better time to get on board with David with those long-term passes we mentioned here on Mondays. A lot of you folks like to buy that 7-day all sports pass because you get all of David's premium plays for 7 days, all the NHL. And, of course, the hoops action, right? All the NBA college hoops action, especially now with all these sports overlapping. Of course, with these overlaps, we have a lot of these high-volume sports like, of course, NBA college hoops as well as NHL, so no better time to take advantage there of the long-term pass. Remember, the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 20% off. Multi-capper promotions also available here on the side. All right, David, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. Of course, you also ride on the side. Before we ask about that, give us your thoughts here as we start spring training. I know you're in the Detroit area. Your thoughts here on the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what this Tigers team is about, but I got to tell you, I am a little disappointed in the lack of moves by Detroit. Cabrera's contract came off the books um, this past year, so they had a ton of money to spend, and I thought they'd spend a little more of it than they did. There's still a couple big name free agents out there, so I'm still kind of holding out hope, but just with the remarks that their front office and their manager have said kind of that they're going to bring their guys along, give some younger guys a chance. Does not make me hopeful for them signing any of those guys, but it's just kind of a shame because the Central's wide open this year. Once again, it's one of the worst divisions in baseball, and the Tigers are going to be a competitor in it. And I think they are just one or two pieces away, not from contending for a World Series, but for contending in a bad division. You make the playoffs. I guess you never know what's going to happen. So a little disappointed with the offseason, but I am interested to see the pitching staff, the young pitchers, especially Mize, if he can stay healthy. Maybe we have something there, but it just would have been nice to see them go out and at least try to get one of the big name guys.
Yeah, we'll see how it rolls there with Tigers. We're getting into spring training now, about a month away from the start of the season. All right, David, let everybody know you contribute on written form over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat.
Yep, one of the free pick article writers over at the sites. You just head on over to sportschatplace.com or pickdogs.com. Click that free pick tab. You click on whatever sports you're looking for, you can get a free pick and a free article on just about every game, especially on Pick Dogs. They have just about every game. Sports Chat is just the bigger college hoops games. But you get analysis, stats, trends, and a free pick. So it's a great time to check it out. We're only a week away, I think. I think next Monday is the first conference tournament. So plenty of action coming up. Make sure you guys check it out and get informed.
That's right, guys. Make sure you check out the sites here, Sports Chat, as well as Pick Dogs. David Racey, one of the written form, one of the writers there. All right, David, have yourself a great week. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, I appreciate it, Tony. Thank you.
You as well. David Racey here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on. Up next, let's bring in Jovan Burts. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium here. Also on a contributor here on the Drive Thru Monday and on Fridays. You can also catch him on the weekend shows here Saturday and Sunday with many picks here from hoops and of course college hoops and NBA on the weekends with Jovan. He's a contributor here on the weekend show, so we'll bring him in right now, ready to roll here with some NBA tonight. Four game card. We're gonna have a pick from every game on the card tonight. Bring him in right now. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
I'm doing great. Everything going great here. We're going to the NBA tonight, and it looks like the game on the top of the board tonight. We'll bring in the game here. Actually, not on the top of the board. Let me move the chains here. We'll get to the game that Jovan is talking about. It is the top of the board here with these Raptors and Pacers on NBA TV tonight. At top of the hour, we feature the Pacers favorite here, 5.5. We see the total 245.5.
Yeah, and I'm on the over in this one. Now, I don't want to keep on going to the well with the over with these two teams, but it's been profitable. The last four games in this series have all cashed in. They keep on bumping up the total between these two teams, and it keeps on going over. Now, this one has going down a couple points from the last total, which was closed out at 247. But I think this will still go over the total. I think in this one, it's just a situation with how these teams match up between each other. You have the Pacers. You already know what they're about. They're about pace. They're about running and gunning at times. Then they're about shooting threes. And I think that with the players that the Raptors have on their squad, I think that plays into a style of play that they can do with players like Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett at times, Emmanuel quickly. He's like all these guys are players who could create their own shot, and they're not scared to shoot the ball. And if any one of those guys or all three of those guys get hot, watch out. You know what I'm saying? This could be a barn burner like the last game where it was 127 to 125 in favor of the Pacers. So they also kind of unleashed players like Grady Dick, out of Kansas. He's a guy that he has some potential. You know what I mean? Like the way he plays, he attacks the rim sometimes. He can shoot. They have Jacob Porter who can man the middle, get some easy shots. And I think, it's going to be a situation where a lot of shots are going to be put up on both sides, and we're going to see, high percentage shots being hit, or bad percentage shots being hit, because, especially for Toronto, they're a bad shot taking team at times.
Yeah, no doubt there. Jovan here, Pacers and Raptors over 245. This is two teams that have their issues defensively. Pretty much clean injury report for Toronto. Nesmith is out, but Indiana has lots of supporting cast members, and it will be a back-to-back. They were very impressive yesterday against Dallas, so they are in a back-to-back with their home in this one. We got some production from Barnes yesterday in the last performance for Toronto. Emmanuel quickly, as we mentioned earlier in the show, one got a dream trade from the Knicks, was a bench guy on the Knicks, now comes to Toronto, and he's a starter in his contract year. So there's a lot on the line here for quickly here to close out the remainder of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And this team is going nowhere. We already know that. And even though the front office, are probably, basically in tank mode, the players aren't. The players have pride. They're looking to play for something. And, in the case of Emmanuel quickly, he's playing for a contract. So you have these players. We've seen these guys before. You know what I'm saying? They have potential. They have some some talent on that team. It's just the mix doesn't the mix isn't mixing. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? But they've had 3 straight covers. They're playing relatively well enough to keep this competitive, and I think they're gonna score enough to contribute to pushing this over.
Yep. I was looking at R.J. Barrett. He signed a 4-year contract for $107 million in September of 2022. Wow, he's got another 2 seasons.
Listen, he got his money. And so he's just ready to basically ball out. Between him and Scotty Barnes, they're the 2 top dogs on that team right now. They traded away Pascal Siakam, they traded away OG Anunoby. They have guys like Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown, although he's not a player that's known for his offense, he could give you some some good production, off the bench. So I don't even know if he's coming off the bench at this point, but whenever he's on the court, he can give you some production, at times. So, this just bodes well for an over.
Yep, and this is the final year of Scotty Barnes' contract. 20's rookie contract. The team did exercise their option for next season. So he'll be aboard next season. So his contract with the team option, team has exercised. He'll be making $10 million next year, and of course, then the following year will be his free agent year. So still a lot to play for some of these guys. As we said, some of these teams out of it are playing for their stats pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much, and the way I see it. That not much defense is going to be played.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are going to be taking up shots. And, if you look at the box score of their last couple games, you've been seeing a good distribution of shots being taken by all these guys. You know what I'm saying? So these guys aren't shy with, getting their shots off. You know what I mean? And that just means that it's more possessions and more shot attempts earlier in the shot clock.
Yep, more scoring, and I kind of compare it to baseball when you have that pitcher on a bad team, that veteran on a bad team on the last year of his contract. Those starts are very important. We see that a lot in baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. And say to baseball, can't wait for for this spring training to be over and get into the games. Watching some of this spring training action, I'm all set with it, even though it's just began.
Yeah. Now, of course, I know you're in the Boston area. Boston's taking a lot of heat from people outside of Boston. I want to find out what it feels like inside of Boston, where they're not really making moves. We're seeing obviously the Dodgers getting headlines here. We saw the Cubs making a big move. I don't know if Pellinger's worth all that money. That's a big risk for him. But the feeling in Boston is they're not doing enough. They're not spending enough to bring in free agents.
Well, they're not doing anything. And that's whenever they talk about the Boston Red Sox, it's just a situation where they're irrelevant at this point. I don't know how it got to that point, because this is a team that's won 4 championships, since the turn of the century. And the ownership group, they were in the business of being competitive. Now they're overextended with the Fenway group or whatever they want to call themselves. With other teams, the Pittsburgh Penguins and Liverpool, and you know NASCAR business as well. So, what's taking a hit is the baseball team. Basically that crown jewel that got John Henry and company. You know, these other acquisitions, these other ownership groups or whatever. These other sports organizations. So it's a whole bunch that commentators and talk radio have weighed in on that, and it's a big convoluted. But the bottom line is they're not in the business of winning right now. They're in the business of being the Kansas City Royals and the Tampa Bay Rays, not spending enough. They want to be a mid market team in a major market city, and that's not going to fly. So, but they have Fenway Park, and even though the hardcore fans might not show up, the that ballpark's still going to be selling out or be close enough to selling out to where it really doesn't matter because opponents fans, they flock to Boston, they flock to Fenway Park, and they make noise. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones who's buying the tickets at this point. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a sad state of affairs if you're a Boston Red Sox fan.
Yeah, so times there in Boston is with the Red Sox. Of course, it helps that you have the Celtics a contender for the title, the Bruins as well. So they're getting the headlines right now as we head into spring training. And of course, still some free agents out there. Snell is a guy out there that they're still tangling at. You look at the Yankees have a contract out for him, but we'll see if anybody else can better that deal that the Yankees have on the table for Snell, and that would really give the Yankees a really good lift because you got to worry about the Rays in there. The Orioles are a pesky team. Of course, Boston. That's somebody they could use because it's always a lot of the starting pitching has been kind of troubled over the past several seasons.
Yeah, I don't think Blake Snell's on Red Sox radar. Someone to look out for is probably Jordan Montgomery. He's word is that he was in Boston a lot last week, and there's some rumblings that he could get signed sometime this week. I don't know how true that is. Like I said, the ownership has getting their feet held to the fire. So they haven't done anything. So they got to do something. One acquisition. I think that might be the player that they go and get.
Yeah, and it's a shame because their bullpen actually did pretty good last year.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a couple pieces. As far as their rotation, they got Brent Bale, so Thomas ever since he's made the big league club. They have some other guys that are like rotation filler guys. So Chris Sale's going, but half the time he wasn't playing anyway because he was injured. You know what I'm saying? So they need somebody to fill the gaps, and I think Jordan Montgomery or someone like that can do that. As far as their lineup, they have Rafael Devers, a couple other guys that that did some things last year, but just not. This isn't the Red Sox type of team. This isn't the Red Sox that we've all known and loved up here in the Boston area. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's a little different to see them coming into the season here with Boston really not making much wave at all. Jovan, tonight in the NBA likes Raptors and Pacers over 245. 245 and a half seems to be going right. We're seeing the 246 in some places, so there is some over money coming in. So get it, do your line shopping, get the best number. Tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This is your TV game over on NBA TV. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, we do have on the board tonight NBA as well as action from college hoops. Jovan enjoying a good NBA season. What do you have going over at Pick.com Premium?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack going, 2 NBA plays and 1 college basketball plays. Now, my college basketball has been rocking, 22-10 over my last 32 plays. And, NBA hasn't since the All-Star break, but that should get straightened out pretty soon. So I got the 3-pack. Once this 3-pack hits, jump on something long-term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. Over the long run, you know what you're gonna get from me. You're gonna get that money. So that's just the bottom line. Maximum one of the handicappers for the 2-for-1 capital promotional. It's all here, sports chat, play some pick dogs. Let's get it.
Getting board here with Jovan Burts over at Pick.com. Great results. You see Jovan, 553 units of profit here in NBA, showing great profit over the last 7 days. Get the place. Remember, the one-day passes are always credit guaranteed. They must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back to your account for side credits. That is profit guarantee. You guys love that 7-day pass here on a Monday because you get all of Jovan's premium plays for 7 days, all his NBA college hoops. Remember, these are the high volume sports right now in action, so no better time to get that long-term pass pick. Save that pick as a promo code to save that 15% off. Right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. We'll catch up with you again Friday. But I know you're working here on a video series, all right? Coming back soon.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we're gonna do what's going up on Pick Dogs YouTube website, the shape that you could scroll through the little reels or whatever. So I'm gonna do something with that relatively soon, maybe then soon.
There you go, guys. So keep an eye. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. So when Jovan Drive makes those shorts, right? You're looking at those vertical shorts possibility there. You'll be able to get the picks in real time. All right, Jovan. Have yourself a great rest of the week, and we'll catch up with you again on Friday.
Absolutely. Have a great night. See you on Friday.
See you on Friday. Jovan Burts here on the Drive Thru. All right, let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Guys, you ever miss a pick? We always recap at the end of the show, and we always so make sure you stay tuned. Also, we always ask for your best bets in the chat, then we'll read them out at the end of the show. All right, up next, let me see here. I'm looking at my phone because we got James Clark is scheduled but not signed in. So, as you know, issues there in West Virginia. There's always electrical issues, phone issues, bad signals, lightning, thunder, rain, wind. I don't know what. There's always something over there in West Virginia. So I think the issue that happened in Medicine moved over to West Virginia, I think. So let's go ahead. Let's bring him in. Our man Rod Zawacky will catch him over at Pick.com. So we'll kind of do an audible and move over to Rod. So let me get his game ready here. There we go, Rod. We're going to do some NHL with Rod, and if James can sign in, we'll bring James in. Maybe we got to get him a modem. Maybe it'll be a 16.6, an 18.8, a 32K, 64K, whatever it takes. We can get James signed in. But anyway, we're going to bring in Rod Zawacky. So let me go to my board here and bring in Rod. Well, the Kings and Oilers are going head-to-head. We see them a lot in the playoffs. We'll bring him in right now. Rod, what's happening?
Man, not too much, Tony. Busy day in hockey. It's a smaller card today, but tomorrow we got a dozen games going tomorrow. So bunch of these teams on a back-to-back as well. So I'm excited. I've been doing some, you know me, A to Z, doing the hockey. So busy, and we got a blizzard. So for me, I'm in the smack dab in the middle of a blizzard. It's been blowing all day, snow 1 foot up to here. But hey, rain, sleet, shine. We figured it out down here in my neck of the woods in the middle of bum crud nowhere. So I don't know. If there's a will, there's a way. Let's put it that way.
You have your mayor call out the West Virginia mayors over there and see when they get their heads together.
See if we can get their heads together, yeah. Because where I am right now, it's outside. You don't want to be outside. It's minus 20 plus. The wind chill's probably up to minus 30, and it's blowing snow, and it's just accumulating like crazy outside right now here. A little worse farther north. Yeah, middle of a blizzard, and hey, we're still coming in clear and doing good, and let's get it. So we're doing good here in southern Alberta. Let's put it that way. Well, maybe not for the Oilers.
Well, yeah.
Oilers are slumping. Calgary's happy after the weekend, right?
Yeah, David's got to get it going here. And good thing you didn't have tickets for this game. That would have been an interesting ride over there.
I probably would have been putting the tickets up for sale, and someone would have been scooping them up because I think that I would not be driving in this. No chance.
Undrivable weather right now.
Undrivable. Yeah.
No change. 4x4. The big Jeep that could never get through. No traffic at all.
The problem is the drifts. That all of a sudden you could be driving down a back road and you get a drift that's 4 stories high. Do you got to try to get through the drift, or you think the drift's going to throw you in the ditch? Most likely it's going to throw you in the ditch. So chains aren't going to help you either way.
All right. That's right. It's rough. All right, let's see how this one rolls tonight. Here, the Kings are on a road trip now, and this is one of the Jekyll and Hyde teams of the NHL. Win, and they're kind of like the Lakers. Let's put it to this: Lakers and the Kings have caught Lakeritis, or maybe they got that crypto. There's a virus going on in crypto where we've got the up and down virus over there. So when you catch them up when they're down, and when you think they're going to do well, they go the other way. But that's the Kings for you here. Kings and Oilers here going head to head. These two teams know each other very well. We've seen them in playoffs. Oilers are the ones have been getting the wins in the postseason. Oilers $1.52, total 6.5.
Yeah, and you look head to head in this one between these two teams. Hey, this is what this will be meeting number 3, and they split the season series. Both of the meetings have this year been in LA. The first meeting, the Oilers got it in a shootout, 3-2. The last meeting, Kings shut down the Oilers 4-0 in that one. And the Oilers, surprisingly, in that one, I think you get a defensive style hockey that the Kings have been playing. Kings goaltending has been way much better over the last 10. They've been holding teams to about 2 goals a game. Well, this Oilers team, during that winning streak, they were playing defense and shutting teams down. Over their last losing streak, you look, they've been giving up goals, both goals in bunches. They've given up, over the last 4 losses, given up 6 goals, and 3 of those losses, over these last 3 games that they've lost, they've given up 16 goals. That averages 4 goals a game they've been giving up, and basically a Kings team that's hungry, that's, you said, been rolling right along. They've been up and down, but they're up right now. Winners of 7 of the last 9 hockey games, and looking real good doing it, holding teams to 1 goal, no goals, 2 goals. As I said, defensively lights out these Kings. And they can score. They're not like juggernauts like the Oilers that can score 6, 7 in games, but they can score 4 or 5, and that's enough to get the job done. As the Oilers struggle on the power play, that hasn't been doing good. Well, the Kings power play, look, they've scored 5 of the last 9 power play chances. And I'm sure they're going to get some more chances here tonight. Skinner's going to get the start for the Oilers in this one. And sure, you look at the last one, it was 3-0 before you even blinked your eye, and Calgary was up big. Some of those goals were not Skinner's fault, but he's sometimes not there to make that big save that turns the momentum around in games. Well, you look, Riddick's stepped in and taking down that first spot job over Talbot, and definitely earned it, where he's got a sub 3 goals against average and been playing lights out in goal. And until this Oilers team learns to play some defense again, we're going to go with the LA Kings here at this nice plus price. Why not? This is a battle, big division battle between these two teams. It's 4-0 last time. Kind of like an under again here, but I like the Kings as the play. Get the win over the Oilers.
Kings, the player from Rod here, plus 139 against the Oilers. The Kings, they tried this style early in the season. It didn't work. Where they just tried to play the defensive side. They're losing a lot of 1-goal games. And now it's evening out, right? Now they're winning the 1-goal battles. Of course, they needed overtime to beat Anaheim. They're playing defense. I think that one of the boosters here, a game that gave them that boost, is when they went into Boston and won that game. People had them dead and buried in that one. Of course, they did, and they came back on the back-to-back in Pittsburgh and won that game, mainly a defensive-style game, 2-1. So that Boston game, I thought was maybe a game-changer for this team.
Oh, big, right? One of those games that you looked like you were down dead, and it was going to be like one of those, oh, great, here we go again. And they came back, because I don't know how many times where they hit that slump there where they were really slumping, and they got it. They got leads, and they were up big, and then completely collapsed. And it was one of these ones where they came back and got themselves a nice win over Boston. So it did. It sprung more to 3 more wins since then. I think that one in against Nashville. Watch out, Nashville's heating up too. Another team there. As you talked about, you didn't get to go see the Sphere, and the Nashville team got really mad, and they came into LA, and they were like, "What do you mean we can't see the Sphere? Well, then we're going to kick the crap out of the Kings then." That's what they did.
That's it. That's it.
And then they just been beating teams since. It's like that focused the Nashville team, but this Kings team, I'm playing better hockey, and they can leapfrog the Oilers in the standings with a win here too. So huge motivation for the Kings in this one. Huge motivation for the Oilers to get off this schneid here, but when I was at the Boston game, I've seen it, and I've seen this Oilers. It's starting to rear its ugly head. The issues that they had when they started that slump to start the year, it's just back. It didn't go away. They just they got some soft spots and hit the schedule and got some nice wins. They played some defense, and when the Oilers don't play defense, ooh, they make some stupid passes. Double line pass, 2-line passes to that they're trying to like spring one, and then they try to make that extra fancy pass, and it's just not good. Simple hockey, Oilers do good. Over fancy it up, Oilers.
Watching too many 80s tapes of the Gretzky Oilers, right? That's what they
trying to make that fancy pass. Yeah. Take the shot. It's like I don't know how many times it was like take the shot. I shared a video on Facebook of Hyman in front of Swayman in that game, in that Boston game, right? And that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Swayman was getting mad. You could tell he was distracted. Swayman was trying to poke him and hit him, and that's how you get goals. You get somebody parked right in front of the net and start burying them on them, and they'll go in.
What's your thoughts
Hyman loves popping
on the Kings' goaltending? I know you've been kind of been critical about the goaltending around the league, but how do you see it here with this Kings team?
See, I like Riddick. Riddick stepped up, and he's played good. So I know we got Riddick confirmed in this one. It'll be Talbot in Calgary. Yeah. I've seen Calgary, Talbot, good Talbot, bad Talbot this year. He came out like a shot out of a cannon, so I knew he was due for some positive regression, but he's now had some rest and some. He definitely doesn't play the amount of games he had to play at the start of the season. Riddick stepped up and was against. I like him. He picked up a goalie here that can carry you guys forward, as you've seen. Winners of 7 of the last 9, rolling right along at this price. Give me the Kings.
Kings seem to me when they the difference I'm seeing is they're valuing puck possession so much. Before they were just a sloppy team, just turning the puck over. There wasn't a whole lot of flow to their game. It just seemed like dump it. A lot of loose pucks everywhere. It just seems to me now the Kings are valuing puck possession.
Yeah, exactly. Hang on to that puck, make that crisp pass, and who cares if you make a few nice passes? But they do dump and chase, and they do forecheck with the best of them. Do these Kings? They get in there when they dump and chase. Man, they dump and chase. Watch out, he's coming like a train to hit you into that corner, and a lot of times they come up with those loose puck battles.
Yeah, this is
and then the Oilers over the last 3 games just haven't. They haven't had that motivation. It just doesn't look like it. It's like all of a sudden they got this back into the playoff spot. They got comfy again.
Yep, and
need to get going.
They've got big battles here. They're on the road here. Actually, 4 of their next 5 games are against division opponents that are ahead of them in the standings. You got Edmonton in here coming in, Vancouver. They'll be seeing Calgary going in there as well. So they're playing some important games here, especially this 3-game trip in Canada. They got it back to back here tomorrow. So important road trip here for these Kings. But again, you want to try to get that first one because that first one you're coming in with rest.
Exactly, right? You're rested here, ready to go. You got no other team that's down in the dumps and feeling slumpy, and I think this Kings team comes in big. I really do. I've seen it. I've seen them in that playoffs when they battled 7-game series. These are close games. So we've seen both games this season. Kings got the one, and the other one needed a shootout. This is definitely not pulled away and won by 2. You see, that's why the Oilers at the plus 1.5 is minus 400.
Yeah.
The books definitely know this is going to be a 1-goal game.
Yeah,
this is going to be a 1-goal game either way.
Looks close there. Look at that. And the Kings.
I think someone said in the comments we might see sprinkle a little bit of overtime. We might see it, right? I'm not laying that puck line. Look at that one.
Look at the puck line of the Kings. Plus 321 if they win by 2. Get the 1-goal lead. Get the empty net late. That's a big. The plus 137 there.
It's worth a sprinkle. You got it. That's 3 times your money. Sprinkle.
What the Kings
put a quarter unit on it.
Where the Kings
put a quarter unit on it. Put $25. Yeah.
There you go.
Because we've seen Knobloch last game pull the goalie with 3 minutes left for Calgary. So he's one of them coaches that'll be pulling the goalie early with like 2 minutes left. He'll be pulling the goalie. So sprinkle on that minus 1.5.
Kings did that against Nashville too. They pulled the goalie early in that Nashville game. That's how we got it up to 4. When it was a real close game, that one there. But Rod here on the Kings plus 139. So this one here at 9:30 Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium. We'll get the bonus following what we see what Rod has over at Pick Dodge. Having a great year in 2024. We got hockey on the board. We also have NBA as well up there. Lots of college hoops. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
And over at Pick Dodge Premium, it's Mixed Sport Monday, I call it. I got my top play in the NBA, one play in college basketball, my 10-star play of the day on the ice, and then my all of those are together in my Mixed Sport Monday. So jump aboard, scoop those up, or now's the time. Join me long-term. Join me for this week. As a new week, new start. Let's continue to crush the books and use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15% off. And hey, as the cappers before me have said, there's a lot of cappers that are hot. So take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper deal. Can't go wrong with that as well. Why not have two cappers filling your pockets full of cash and giving you winners? So jump aboard over at pickdogs.com. Scoop it up. We're excited. Big start to 2024. I think this is the hottest start I've seen from the cappers over at Pick Dogs since I've been here.
Yeah, cappers have been red hot, guys. Get on board. Long-term pass away. Rod's been going. Remember, all the high-volume sports in action now. NBA, college hoops, hockey. Of course, Rod handicaps them all. So get on board there with Rod Zawacky.
Yeah.
He does indeed. Of course, Rod, any bonus for tonight?
Too bad, yeah. I like Fiala to get an anytime goal from the Kings. He scored one goal in the last 3 games, so he's on a nice 3-game scoring streak. So I think he can rip another one in for the Kings tonight. I also like Matt Duchene of the Dallas Stars. He scored in 3 straight games for the Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars at home tonight versus the Islanders. I think we see some goals on that one. Matt Duchene's at over 2 times your money on a goal there as well. This is the 2 I got tonight. Bonus play. And then I said sprinkle it on this. I like that Kings puck line. 3 times your money.
Three
Kings win 4-2. 4-2 Kings.
There you go. You see the puck line right there. You can find a -1.5 goal plus 321. So a little sprinkle there from Rod. So wacky there. Can't beat that one. Not bad. You got the total there 6.5 for a team that's playing defensive there for the Kings, who have been really trending under here. We've seen under in 4 straight games. 5 of their past 6 have gone under.
4.
Yep.
2.
There you go.
Kings win.
There you go. Kings
No,
win.
there you go. A little bonus. Sprinkle exact score. Kings win 4-2.
There you go, from Rod Zawacky. All right, Rod, let everybody know about your video series. You're hard at work. I know we had a 4-game card today, but tomorrow is a monster card from the NHL. You go A to Z NHL, every game on the board with a parlay.
Yeah, a dozen games tomorrow, plus the parlay. So definitely like, subscribe, flip on that notification bell. That way you get notified when those drop. They'll be dropped shortly. I just got to upload this, the 3-team parlay. It was taking the longest to upload, so I had to pause it for a moment while I did the show. Got you guys a winner here, so it'll be uploaded very shortly. So definitely jump aboard, check all those out, and join me as we crush the hockey. I'm getting excited. We're getting close. We got about a month and a bit. I want to say April 17th or 18th. Final game of the season for the NHL. And then we ramp up the playoffs. And you know what? It is going to be some pretty good playoffs this year in the NHL. I don't see a clear-cut and dried runaway so far in the NHL. You can look at the Panthers. They're kind of clear-cut runaway really good. Who else is running away with it? Not a whole lot. You've seen Colorado slumping right now. Boston, they've definitely been slumping. Boston's hit like 5 straight overtimes. How long are they going to keep that up for? Yeah. that takes a toll on you playing. I think 6 of the last 7, as somebody said, is what it is. It's craziness.
Rangers dropped the game.
Just haven't seen it. Rangers, and the Rangers dropped a game. I knew it though. I was on Columbus. Columbus.
Loved it.
I had it back to back. It was one of those tough spots. I knew Columbus was going to get it. Scooped her up yesterday. It was a good one. That's why you want to check out those videos.
Yes.
Some dogs tomorrow. Some dogs.
Looking for some dogs. There you go, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe to the notification. Rod is hard at work on that video series for tomorrow. 12 games to parlay as well going up there, so check him out. All right, Rod, have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
You as well, Tony. Good luck, everybody. Crush the bookies. Catch you guys tomorrow.
Catch him on Ron Zawacky here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on, guys. If you ever miss a pick, we recap at the end of the show. Stay for that. We have James Clark signed in, so we'll bring him in right now. You catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. I don't know if we crossed straight line, but somehow we got him on board here. So let's go ahead and bring him in right now. Ready to roll here with James Clark. We'll get him in here in a second. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. I did. I'm actually in Ohio right now.
I had a feeling you had to cross straight line. So you had to cross state line to get on the show, which you did. So you got out of West Virginia where there's no internet, and you got into Ohio. All right, very good. Here we go. Time the NBA. We got the Kings and the Heat going head to head here. Sacramento here on a back-to-back laying 7.5, total 224.5.
Yeah, guys, you look at these two teams, guys, and what I'm looking at, I'm looking at the under here, 224. This Heat team, has a lot of players out. They got a lot of new players since the trade deadline, and they got a lot of players out, And I look for the Kings, to take advantage of them having a lot of players out, and having a big lead. And I see, the Kings starters maybe sitting after the third quarter with a big lead. Heat, if you look at the last few games with the Heat, they've only been scoring right at 95, right at 100 points in their last few games. And I see the same trend going on here. Kings with a comfortable lead, setting their starters for the fourth quarter, letting some bench players get some time in. And that's why I really like it. I really like this under 224. Usually with when the Kings play, it's a really high. You really have a high number, but they know who they're playing with, the Heat. So Vegas set this line 224 pretty low, anyways. And I still like the under here. I don't see the Heat getting to 100, and then I see the Kings setting their scores here late, and I see it getting about 220, 221 at the most in this game. So hammer the under, guys. I really like the under in this game.
All right, here we go. With James says Kings go under the total here of 225. There is some 224.5. So there's 225s in some places. So do your line shopping. Obviously, you want to get the best possible number as well here. And of course, with the Miami Heat, of course, they'll be a bit shorthanded. They do have some depth, but with the Heat, it's all about the defense, right? Playing pretty good defense over their past 5 games. They sit third in defensive efficiency, giving up just 105 points per 100 possessions. So again, for the Heat, it's just keep it slow and play the D.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that, dude. The Heat's D, even though they've got quite a few players out, they've been playing really good D. We know that the Kings ain't going to play good defense. So if the Heat ain't scoring that much, just by having subs in, and then with the Heat's D, that's even better for the under, guys. So I really like this under, guys. I think this hits easy. Like I said, if we get to 120, I'll be surprised. So hammer this under 224, 225. The bigger number will go under. So I really like the under here.
All right, James here on Heat Kings under 225, 224.5 to your line shopping tonight, 10 Eastern time. This is your doubleheader game over on NBA TV. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, we've got a few NBA. We've got some hockey as well. But again, tonight, lots of college hoops on the board as we're winding down the regular season here. We're going to see some conference tournament action next week. James, enjoying great NBA season, nearly 500 units of profit. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, guys, I've been doing pretty good in the NBA, as you say, so I'm sticking with the NBA. But right now, guys, I got a 3-pack in the NBA. I know there ain't that many games, but there's 3 plays that I really love. After we go 3-0 tonight, guys, let's upgrade to 3, 7, or 30-day guys. Or like I say every time I'm on the show, and as everybody's talked about on the show, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far, guys. The cappers have been on fire. About everybody's been on the show's talked. So team me up with any of your favorite capper. Put me with them, guys, and we'll put some money in your pocket and win some money here, guys. Like Rod said, since I know Rod's been here a lot longer than I have, but since I've been here, the cappers are absolutely on fire with the numbers they're putting up. I see Jay, 2,600 in the NBA, man. that's fire, dude. That's fire for the NBA. So I mean, not just Jay, every capper here. Al, Big Al's always doing his thing. I mean, just from top to bottom, you see a lot of good cappers. So the 2-for-1 capper guys, is the way to go. And I think you team us up with anybody, and we'll definitely put some money in your pockets.
That's right, guys. 2-for-1 capper. You another one there with Bitler and College Hoops, 3,600 units of profit. Some fantastic performances here, guy. AC, get on board with James Clark over at Pick Dog. Long-term pass, you can try him out for 7 days, and at that second capper there, James with the NBA, Bitler there with the College Hoops. The way they've been running, they've been on fire. Again, these high-volume sports will give you action every day during that 7-day period. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. All right, James, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success. You have any other bonus for us?
Yeah, I do. I do. I like Bruce Brown tonight, guys, to get 15 points or more. It's plus 360, guys. I look for him to step up here against his old team. The Pacers here. I look for him to step up here and to put some points up. Him and Bogdanovich. I also like Bogdanovich to step up against his old team, Detroit, and get 20 points. For him to get 20, guys, it's plus, I want to say 650. And I like both of those plays, guys. I look for, against their old teams, I look for them to put some points in.
All right, James, check him out there. I appreciate James. Appreciate you crossing state lines to get on the show. Have a great trip back to West Virginia, and we'll catch up with you later in the week.
All right, Tony. Appreciate you having me on the show, buddy. And the internet, when it hit AT&T, like everybody in West Virginia, that's basically what we got with AT&T. And I swear, cell phone service, internet's been crazy here since last Thursday, since whatever happened. I'm not sure exactly. I don't know if nobody really knows what happened.
No,
for sure. I know that
you can get a $5 rebate if you follow the instructions there. So you're tied to $5 back. Yeah, there you go. All right, James.
So I'm about an hour from Ohio. So if I got to cross over, I'll cross over.
Yeah, cross over again. All right. So appreciate the drive to cross over, cross the state line to be on the show, and we'll catch up with you again on Friday.
All right, Tony. Appreciate it, buddy. And we'll catch you at the Easy Under, guys. And I'll see y'all Friday.
See you on Friday. James Clark here on the Drive Thru. Guys, you miss a pick, we always recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue here on the Drive Thru. Let's do the recap, and then my pick's going to start in about an hour and a half, and we're going college hoops here. And I wish Jay would have been on the show because he would appreciate this one because he talks about this team a lot. But anyway, you'll see it here on the recap. Let's go to the recap here. We had Brian on the Nets lay the 1.5 against the Grizzlies. David likes the Pistons plus 11 against the Knicks. Jovan Raptors Pacers over 245. James Heat Kings under 225. Rod was on the LA Kings. LA Kings plus 139 against Oilers. And I'm going to come here with Miss Valley State, the team that can't win, but they do cover. They do cover. They're almost a 500 cover team in conference, but they do cover against Prairie View. Just not a really good team. We'll talk about this one a little later. But the one I like the most, I got to go David Racey here, Pistons. Knicks' defensive form is just pretty bad, guys. But let's get back to my game here. We're going here in college hoops here with that's right, Prairie View and Mississippi Valley. It almost takes up the whole banner here for these teams. But anyway, we're going to come here with the points here. Miss Valley State plus 9.5, plus 9. Let's see what the line is right now. We'll take a look here at the market here. We're getting late money on the old Miss Valley State. Let's see here, 9.99, 8.5. Oh yes, we are getting money on my side. Okay, 9. Grade me on the 9 right now, because there are some 9s out there and there are some 8.5s in some places. So get the best number here if you can, plus the 9 here. It really comes down to Prairie View. Just again, these are just two bottom feeders here in the SWAC conference. Let's don't make no mistake about that. But we do get some rebounding on the boards here for Mississippi State here. I'm sorry, Mississippi Valley State. Don't be confused. Get that Valley in there. In the SWAC, of course, we know they struggle at both there. But it comes down here to recent form here. The past 5 games, we're seeing the Delta Devils here shooting 45%. At Prairie View, over their past 5 games, giving up 52%. They failed to cover 11 of 14. Mississippi Valley State's been covering better. So we'll take the points here at home. Miss Valley State plus 9 here against the Prairie View. All right, guys, make sure you get your best bets in the chat. We'll read them off. So chat, come in with your best bets, and we'll read them off here in just a second. I've got a best bet on the board in the NBA. Also have a single play up there for you as well. You can get on board with my long-term pass, my 3, 7, or 30 AL Sports Pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period you select. When you go to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions available here as well. So get signed up. All right, let's continue on here, and we're going to close it out, right, guys? This is going to do it, and we'll get to the best bets in a second. So make sure you get those best bets into the chat. That'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat place. They'll got their plays for you here in real time. Remember, always get started with that morning show. We are live here on the mornings here during the week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch. We got Chris. We got Jay. We'll see appearances by Romanelli and Costi as well. Don't forget these great video series here on Pick Dogs. We got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes betting tool show. Also, we've got the Jay's Jam Session NBA. We also have Chris with his Around the League from the NHL. Of course, other video series. We got Rod Zawacky, A to Z coverage from the NHL, or every game on the board, as well as a parlay. We also have Costi's with his sharp trading plays, all access with Big Al McMorty. Sharp contrarian plays here from Brian Bitler. Dana Lane against the public betting from Dana Lane. Check that one out if you would. Also, we have video series here from we also have a video series here from Nick Mencken, First Half NBA. We also have the parlay videos from Brad Francis. Mills coming in with a UFC rundown as well as his prop shop video. You want to check that out. Our man Wayne Scott with his boxing video. You can check that one out here as well. So lots of great content here on the channel, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, get notified when these videos drop, get them in real time. All right, let's take a look at the chat. Let's get your best bets here from the chat today. We got Ron Crawford likes Delaware tonight. Blake likes Kings, LA Kings on the money line tonight. That's from the chat here. Let's see some more picks coming in from the chat. Chris White Thunder likes the Heat plus 7.5. I will agree with that one. Bruins Squids over here from our man Grant Clarkson. That's his best bet tonight on the board tonight. Looks like he's going into the NHL with the late night Bruins Kraken. He likes the over in that game. Let me see what else we have here coming in here with your best bets on the board tonight. We have Raven Ron liking the Pacers. And this one looks like the Pacers with the laying the points with the Pacers tonight. That's Raven Ron. I think he posted 6.5. I think that was what he put up here. Now it's 5.5. So that looks to be the one there from Raven Ron. Pacers in the spot. Also, let's see what else we have here. Raptors. Matt S saying the Raptors the total in the Raptors game too high from Matt S. What else do we have here? Some of you guys are already putting in your best bets early in the show, which is fine as long as we get them in here so we can share them. Nick Beats Vegas. I sprinkled about a quarter unit on the draw in 4 NHL games tonight. So that's from Nick Beats Vegas. All right, guys, last call here. Here we go. Clyde Drexler coming in here with Miami Heat money line. I like that one. Money line plus 235 from Clyde Drexler. Barney DiBenedetto. Bethune-Cookman is his play tonight. Going to college hoops with Bethune-Cookman tonight. Let's see what they look like here up on the board. Let's see here. Bethune-Cookman going to be laying about 2.5 here against Alabama State. Starts 7:30 Eastern Time. That's from our man Barney Benedetto. And we got everybody all, let me get it right, DiBenedetto. There we go. Got to get that in correctly. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. Thanks, everyone, for their contributions. Be back again tomorrow, and we'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers and Pink Dogs and Sports Chats. We'll get the plays in real time. Let's bring in our cappers tonight. We're going to go ahead and wave good night to